and welcome back, Retro Army, to another interview. These interviews have just been smashing out, and that is wonderful. Today, I'm with Giga Impact, who is a massive Pokemon fan, and we should have already been done a collab at this point, because this is going to be coming out much later than it should be. So, how are you going, man?
Yeah, man, I'm very good. I'm all good. How are you?
I'm not bad. Just a quick reminder for myself, because I'm forgetful sometimes. It can't go more than 35 minutes maximum. So if we get close to that time period and I haven't said anything, can you just give me a reminder?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely, man. No worries.
Yeah, thanks. My wife was getting shitty with 45-minute interviews and stuff, so I promised her I'll keep it low.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah, I'm not disappointed in the slightest. But all right, first question off memory is, because I'm stupid, right? I deleted all my notes by accident, and I still haven't rewritten them.
Okay, so, yeah, it happens. All
right. So your childhood growing up, where and how was it? Like, where did you grow up, and how was it as a kid in the Giga Impact world?
So originally I grew up in the UK in a city called Oxford. It's quite a popular, like, educational city. Regardless, it doesn't always benefit everyone. But I was about 14 maybe when I discovered that YouTube content making was a thing. And I just kind of took it from there, progressed slowly, and yeah, just baby steps, you know.
So how old are you at the moment?
I am 20.
20, fucking hell. All these people, man, they're making me feel old, eh? I'm 27, turning 28 in about 7-8 months, or whenever December comes around. But yeah.
Oh, when are you in December?
The first day of December.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm the 9th.
Off the month, so you're welcome for that, December. But yeah, okay. Next question was, fuck it. Who cares if it's not in order, eh? You mentioned earlier that you needed to tell your girlfriend, which you answered in one of my questions already, mate. People have got to stop doing this. I'm running out of material here. I need to think of some different questions or some, but I can't help it because everything's just random anyway. But no, so because my question as follows would have been like, are you in a relationship? If yes, why? If no, why? So instead, like I usually do when someone ruins my question by answering, how did you meet your missus? In Australia, we call missus as in like wife and or girlfriend. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So I met my girlfriend a year ago. What was it, about 16 months ago now?
Mate, you better get it right.
God, that's a long time.
I got that wrong once, and it was hell.
Have to get the date right. We met actually through a dating app, and it was really nice.
Oh, which
we didn't
one?
live too far away.
What dating?
Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of Fish. Never heard of that one.
It's similar to Tinder, but it's more like you can message anyone, but they can choose not to message back.
Wait, so because I personally have never used the dating app, like not bragging, I've just never needed to. But,
no, of course.
But I've had a few friends that use Tinder, and from my understanding, Tinder is pretty much just swipe right and insert, if you get my drift, like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
With Tinder, can't you like ignore someone on there, or once someone swipes right and you swipe right, you're destined to bang? Like, how does that work?
So from my understanding, if you both swipe right, then you're not obligated to talk to each other. I've come across experiences before I met my missus that I'd spoken to someone and they said, oh, sorry, I swiped right by accident, and then they will unmatch you so you can't message them again.
Oh, that is brutal. That's brutality right there. But yeah, no, let us know in the comments section down below if you guys use Tinder, because I've never used the dating app. So, and I'm married, so I don't need to. But, it does, like, how do those
Bit of a
things
worry
work?
if you are using it.
Oh, no, I'm not worried. But I just never liked Tinder I heard about Tinder back in the day, like when I was 17, 18 and shit. But, yeah, I just never considered using it. I'm the kind of person that would rather go to a bar and, have a drink kind of thing.
Yeah, to actually try and talk to someone in person.
Oh, yeah. But that's just me. Oh, no, that's good, man. So, what? How did that go? So you liked each other on the app, and then
yeah, so kind of I saw her, shot her a message, started talking about, because it will come up with common interests in the filters. So it would say, do you have like common interest in gaming or common interest in movies, that kind of thing?
That's brilliant. That does literally all the work for you. I mean, like...
Exactly. You don't have to get to know the person. I'm like, I know everything about you already.
The way I met my wife, right? I had to, like, interrogate the shit out of her. Know what I mean? Like, I had to play it by ear. I had to do trial and error. I fucked up, like, so many times. Know what I mean? But now, obviously, we got along and I made the mission complete because I married her. I'm not sure how, but it happened.
Just kind of winged it.
Oh, no. Like, people that ask me, like, in the interview, so how did you meet your wife and that? Because if you want to ask me a question halfway through, go for it. There's no rules in this. It's that I held a standard of having the most unprofessional interviews, and I stick to it. So...
Good.
Yeah. You gotta have...
We'll keep it that way.
But no, so yeah, if you ever get curious about anything, just ask. I don't care.
Sweet, yeah, we'll do.
But yeah, when people ask how I met my wife, they think I'm trolling when I answer them. And that's...
How did you meet them?
By shitting myself in front of her and 20 other people.
Oh, intimidating.
No, that is, honest to God, the first impression my wife had of me. See, when people... Ouch. When I tell that to people, they're like, nah, fuck off. No one marries someone after that. Like... But no.
I mean, clearly it's worked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, you don't get more sexy than that. You can't. But no, that was the first impression of my wife. I got drunk, I shit myself in front of her and 20 other people, woke up the next day like nothing ever happened.
Perfect. Did you remember it, or was it just, did someone else tell you, or
no,
did you try to forget it?
I remembered it because I saw her. It was a Christmas party, and a few people crashed at my place, like the apartment I was staying in. She was friends with one of my housemates, right? Because they studied together. So then,
makes sense.
When she was walking out, she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." Do you remember? Yeah, don't worry, I'll clean it up after. And she thought I'm insane ever since. But no, like, she's in the other room. She's doing great. We're both confused how we get it, but it happens. Next, moving on anyway. Before because she edits these interviews, so.
Well, hi to the wife.
She's gonna like that. Not many people acknowledge my wife as the editor. Some do, and I do appreciate that. But nah, she puts in the hard yards. I just play the game and relax.
I never actually realised that your wife was the editor, so I think that's pretty good that you have like a good relationship with like teamwork going on. It's really good.
Oh yeah, like have you seen my Pokemon Let's Play at all? Or the new intro?
Mm-hmm.
That's completely my wife. She had everything to do with that.
She's very talented then.
She did my banner for both YouTube and Twitter. She did my avatar, and she did my display pictures.
Wow, that's crazy. I was going to ask you who done that because they look really good.
Yeah, no, that's all her.
Wow.
Like, everything's her. All the art, all the designs, everything.
That's crazy.
The layout of my Pokemon thing was her idea as well. Like everything's just her. I just give her the stuff and say be creative, and what she pops out some genius shit.
So you're the voice to the channel, but she's the artistic brain behind it.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool.
Like 100%. I'm just the fat dude, which she seems to be proud of. I used to have a 6-pack. It ain't there no more.
Oh, I can relate to that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've got to start working out again, eh? All right, moving on. Next question is siblings. Do you have any? If yes, what was it like growing up with them? If no, what do you think it'll be like?
So I am the oldest out of my siblings. I currently have 4. Three sisters with my mother, and then my dad has a son with another woman. Never really saw my brother growing up, but I've seen him a bit more recently, and he's grown a lot. So he was kind of like every Christmas, every kind of like holiday, you'd kind of see him. But then I grew up with my sisters. The original age gap between me and my first sister was 8 years. The next one was 16 years. And then recently my mum's had another one, which was an 18-year age gap. So, yeah.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. So
I'm the oldest by far.
what was it growing up with that then? Because I'm a middle child. That means I'm troubled, apparently. Yay.
Well, if that's the case, it completely makes sense to why my like the second sister is the troubled one.
Oh yeah, probably.
But no,
I think they actually
growing up with
they did a study on that. I think like the middle child is like the most forgotten and all this shit. I'm like, yeah, probably.
I can see that. I can see that quite a lot actually. But growing up with 3 sisters it's weird because you like being the only boy. You obviously have different interests. You have different ways of doing things, and especially with the age gap. So like when my second sister was born, I was 16. I was just finishing like my exams and all that, and it was like, how do you find time to be a good older brother and do exams? You know.
Well, you don't. You just like
you can't. You wing it.
you leave it to the parents. Like,
exactly. So that's kind of what happened.
oh, not bad, not bad. Now, what was another question? I've asked about your childhood. I've asked about siblings. I've asked about other than YouTube. Career-wise, what did you have in mind?
I hate this question. For like the longest time since I was younger, since I was 16 and I left school, I went to college. Ideally, I wanted to be like some kind of graphics work. So I wanted to do like the cover art for the front of game boxes, so like the things you see on the PlayStation cases or Xbox or anything like that. I wanted to kind of design those things. Went to college to study game and animation because that was the closest thing to and I just couldn't get to grips with it. It wasn't my cup of tea, but didn't enjoy it, so I just went into work and then went from there.
Alright, so you're only 20, so you're young as shit. Like,
I've already been back to college like twice.
Yeah, but like I'm 27 and I started college at 25, right? And then I botched up the first year and a half of college or university here. So you got plenty of time. When I was 20, do you know what I was doing?
No.
When I was 20, I was being a troublemaker, going out getting shit-faced constantly, partying, meeting people, doing all the stupid shit you do when you're 20. Like, don't get me wrong, I was working and I was actually, doing all that. I had 3 jobs at the time, but, like, know what I mean? So you're on the right path, mate. Like, just keep going.
It was, before I met my girlfriend, I was doing the exact same thing. She kind of like straightened me out, and we've moved in together, so it's kind of, you have to focus on work, you have to focus on things like that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So,
like, my relationship was long distance for the longest time, right?
Really?
because
How long?
like years long. We
Oh
spent
god.
6 months together when we first started dating. Then, because she was here on a visa, so she had to go back to
Mm,
South Korea where she's from, and then we spent 2 to 3 years long distance, which was fucking difficult, but we pushed through.
definitely.
And then I finally got her here, and then we're still working out some visas and shit, but it's coming to the end where we won't need to worry about that crap anymore. But like
Good.
I don't go out. I just go from home to work casually when I can.
Mm,
My boss is really chill with that, which is good. And then uni. That's all I do,
good.
you know what I mean? So yeah, I can understand that. But what I was saying was before I went off left field was you're only 20. So since that didn't go right for you, what else do you think
Mm,
you'll go with in the future, man? Because you've got plenty of potential ahead of you.
yeah. No, that's the thing. I hear a lot of people say that, but when you don't know what you want to do as such, because I thought that's what I wanted to do, but like looking back on it, I really don't know. That's why I keep going between jobs. I keep choosing different things I want to
All
do.
right, what's your
It's,
most
it's
passionate
hard because you
about?
don't.
What are you most passionate about?
That's the thing. I don't know. I like making the videos and all that 'cause it gives me a motive. But I have like major anxiety when it comes to being in public. So being behind a computer or being like talking to a mic, I'm completely fine with. But when I'm out in public, I can't talk in front of people. I'll have like a mini heart attack.
Yeah, no, I
so
understand that.
so public work is hard.
Well, with that, I study ICT, right? Which is
Mm.
computer, like information communication tech.
Hmm.
And my brother, who's similar to you, he's not really a social guy in the aspect of outside the gaming community.
Right.
Um, he now studies game development. Like he builds
Mm.
actual games. Like that's what he's studying to do. Maybe you should give your hand at that, man. Like maybe try programming or cybersecurity, graphic design.
It was it's funny, like September last year I went back to college. I had to get a student loan out. I went back to college to do games development.
Yeah.
And the distance was too far. I had to get two buses every day. It was costing me a fortune each month.
Here's the thing though,
The
man.
course was the course was great, but I just couldn't justify it.
There's online courses you can do for this stuff. You can like there's online universities where you can actually get a degree and everything. Outside the interview, if you need help, I'll send you a few links and shit like that. Cause yeah, no, I think you'll be good in that kind of field. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, now give me a second while I try and remember what the damn questions are. This is why I gotta rewrite shit down. Um, so I've asked you about that. I've asked you about. Okay, I've got it. Haha, muscle memory. Oh, that's not muscle memory. Damn it, muscle memory is when you don't really go for a while, but your body remembers. Okay, never mind. The next question would be, which you've kind of already answered it, I guess, but you can go into more depth if you want. It's what made you, what got you to the where you are now? What made you walk the path that you walked to get to where you are?
In life in general,
Yeah,
or
just
just
like
YouTube, or
nah, in general, YouTube, life, whatever.
okay. So a lot of my life changed when I was 16. I was kicked out of the house I lived in by my mum permanently. To us, it was like a emotionally an abusive relationship. It wasn't like the greatest thing. You know, like some of the things she said aren't the greatest. So she kicked me out, and I finally said yes, that's fine. Well, to an extent. But then I reached out to my dad, who I hadn't seen for a while, and he took me in for a year or so until I got back on my feet. And then, bearing in mind I'm still 16, turned 17, I was still in college. Couldn't afford to not work, so I got a full-time job. Left college, and then just carried on working. And then I slowly built up more money. Started to live on my own, and to be honest, like YouTube and Twitter was like the only kind of personal contact I had with people that could help, if that makes sense. So the communication and the interaction with people really helped. It's funny, I have like 3 friends in Australia that I talk to constantly.
Oh, where in Australia?
They're like daily, if not weekly.
Where in Australia are they?
One's in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Forgotten where
it's Melbourne. Just Melbourne.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said. I said Melbourne. Didn't say Melbourne at all.
Anyway.
Definitely not the. Bad internet connection. That's it.
Damn the Australian internet.
But yeah, no, that was the kind of thing. I just kept working, and then YouTube on the side. It just kind of went from there. It wasn't really anything. It was more just life. Definitely. I don't know where I'm going with this. Life definitely changed at 16.
Oh, mate, I never know where I'm going with anything, so you feel right at home here. Don't worry about that. But
no. That's it.
Oh, fair enough. I understand a lot of that because I've been through it myself. Like, when I was about 16, I lived with my dad for about 3 years. And then, you know, because I was a troublemaker and my mom just couldn't handle me.
Know the feeling.
Bless her heart, she tried, but I was just way too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I've matured a lot since then, don't get me wrong. I'm still batshit crazy, but in a different sense. Like,
yeah, a bit more mature there with the craziness.
yeah. I'm a mature kind of crazy. You know, more garnished. But no, you know, because like I got kicked out of school, you know, shit like that. And then,
well, what was you getting kicked out of school for?
I hacked the school network, and then I got into a lot of fights and just stupid shit like that. But don't get me wrong, I'm not exactly proud of it. But yeah, I doxed someone, if you know what that means at all.
How? What did you do?
I hacked the school network and I got into like their files and everything, and then I found someone I didn't like, and I like put their public details online. So like their private, like their home address, their number, etc., etc. I put that online, which got me into a lot of shit.
Oh my god!
And then you know I just.
So I'll keep personal details from you.
Well, no, that's the thing of a hacker, though. Like, if we want to get in, we're gonna get in. You know what I mean? Like,
you don't need permission. We're getting in.
Yeah, but like I've changed sides, so to speak. Like back in school, I was really, really malicious. Like extremely. I bricked the guy's computer just because he looked at me wrong. Like that's the kind of stupid dickhead I was back in school. You know what I mean? All that's behind me. I'm studying hacking again, but to work for the good guys. So instead of being a black hat and hacking illegally, you know, I'm doing everything by the book now, which is good. But
definitely.
Yeah, no. So that's why I got kicked out of school. They're like, you gotta go. We don't want you in here. I'm like, all right, fair enough. But
yeah, I can see the reason why.
Yeah, I also got in trouble at uni for that as well. Last year. So yeah, a little tip to people out there: don't hack your university. It's not worth it.
No, definitely not.
Luckily, the professor I talked to was really chilled. He just gave me a warning and said, "Look, if you do this again, you're out. Otherwise, I'm not gonna write you." I'm like, "I fucking love you," but yeah, it's not worth it. Just stick by the book. Unless you're like getting fucked up the ass by some dude called Bob behind bars, then go for it. That's not my thing. But yeah, no, just PDA or PSA, public service announcement. Yeah, PSA. Just don't do it. It's not worth it.
There's better ways to get around things like that.
Oh yeah, there is.
Probably more legal ways.
True. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm seeing the time, and we're coming close to the 25-minute mark. So at the end, if I haven't asked you all the questions, I'll go back and I'll listen to an interview that I've done, and I'll jot down the questions because I've got to do this for future reference anyway. I can't keep not remembering shit.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll just ask you sometime in our Let's Play that we're going to be doing. Shameless plug. Haha. And,
definitely.
yeah, this is off topic, but since you got a missus, right? Does she support your YouTube channel at all?
She loves it. She loves. I have a hobby that doesn't involve me like going out getting smashed, but she likes it as creative
my wife
outlet.
is the same. She's like, you're passionate about hacking and everything, and you're not hacking companies illegally, so that's good. I'm proud. You know what I mean?
Legal stuff, that's good. Yeah, carry on doing that.
Yeah, no, pretty much. Because I was just going to suggest something. A lot of people on Twitter have been like hitting me up about ideas for their channel and just brainstorming and shit like that. So if you ever do need an idea, if your girlfriend's down for it, like she doesn't need to use Facecam or whatever, but I have a thing on my channel that is couple Saturdays. And like back when I was first started YouTube, every Saturday I'll post like a couple video where my wife was actually in the call and everything. So like, because at the time that was still long distance, so it was via Skype. So yeah, that's just an idea for you if you wanted. You're a Pokemon dude, so do you remember a game called Pokemon Pinball for a Game Boy?
Yeah. I only played the emulator version because I never could own the actual copy.
Yeah, I played it as a kid and the emulator version, but that's what we played with my wife. So if you wanted to go check that out, you can. If not, I don't give a shit. This isn't about YouTube. This is about the creator. Anyway, with that, at the end of the interview, I tend to give the interviewee free space to talk about whatever they want. So you can talk about your YouTube channel. You can talk about world peace. You can have a bat if you want, but please keep it down. I do not need to hear that. But no, the space is yours to do what you want. So, go for it.
I haven't really got much to talk about. I took a massive hiatus from YouTube itself, obviously because of getting the job and all that, and then moving. It's just been a massive headache. But since I've moved, I've had a lot of, not free time, but a lot of space to be able to do what I want with my free time. So whether it be YouTube, whether it be just making some graphics on my computer or whatever, it's nice. Especially because when we did move, we moved to the centre of Oxford. It's just ideal, so we kept everything on our doorstep, and it's ideal because I really want to get back into YouTube. I'm actually thinking of streaming tonight of me making our layout for the verses.
Oh wait, you mean the verses that you and me will be doing, or for the other ones?
Yeah, the Pokemon the green verses that we're doing. You know, shameless plug.
Oh yeah. Well, it's not a shameless plug because you've already made a video about it. But
yeah,
a shameless plug would be I finished my Let's Play on Pokemon Yellow, so go check that out. It's at fucking I don't know my channel's name, but links are gonna be in the description, and this is on my channel. So just go to playlists, you'll find it there. So, now that's how you shameless plug. But no,
easily. Yeah, no, when I'm making graphics, it's really hard to do it on your own. So I always like having other people's input. When I made my Pokemon Leaf Green Nuzlocke like layout, I was constantly messaging people saying, do you like this? What should I
Yeah, I
change?
know.
Does
I
anything
remember
need
I
adapting?
commented on it myself on Twitter. I'm not sure if that's the one you're talking
Exactly,
about,
yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, and it was on Twitter, it was on Facebook, it was everywhere, and I had loads of feedback from people saying, change the gradient of the color, maybe this bit's a bit dark, change that. And
Yeah,
I really appreciated the feedback because
I
I hate.
noticed you added the death box that I mentioned, so that goes a long
Mm,
way. Cause
I really like that bit. I thought, well, why don't I have that actually?
well, that idea of asking that's a really good way to interact with the community. You know what I mean?
mm,
And
yeah, definitely.
the more you interact with the community, like just for those that are wondering, real quick, if you want to interact with your community, do polls, do tweet out to people. If someone's new on Twitter and you've even got like 10 followers, right? Introduce them to your followers. Like, there was this new guy, Ryan, who's a PokeTuber, and he's just coming up, right?
Mm,
And he's new to Twitter, new to YouTube and everything. And I linked him with a few animators, graphic designers, vloggers, streamers, just so he has an all-round good community. And
yeah,
doing that kind of shit, I didn't do that so people are like, oh, this guy, go check him out. No. I'm like, I did that because I just genuinely like helping people. But it's a good way to interact with the community. You know what I mean?
definitely.
So yeah, I'm all about PSAs today. I don't know what is it, something in the air maybe. All right. Um, yeah. All right, we're out of time, but uh, stay on call because we have to organize our green let's play.
Hmm.
Shameless plug again, because this is definitely going to go up. Either during or after our let's plays already started. Like
Yeah.
one or the other. So yeah, if you have an outro, you can say that. If not, I'll just do mine. I don't care. So
Feel free to do yours. I don't have one.
yeah, I say that because I don't have one. All right. Well, links are down in the description. Just go check him out. He's a great bloke, as you can hear it. Yeah, check out his let's plays, our collabs. If this green goes well, we'll probably be collabing with a lot of other stuff.
Definitely.
And yeah, as always, if you have interest in being interviewed or know someone that might be, if you're shy, anxious, a lot of people I've interviewed have different anxiety issues or social anxiety or just issues like with confidence, and they still go for it because it's very chilled and relaxed. So don't be scared, hit me up and we can go from there. And I'd see you guys in the next interview.